A coalition of over 80 Zimbabwe civil society groups have written to regional body Southern African Development Community for intervention. The groups want the body to plan a dialogue between opposition parties, churches and lobby groups to end the country's political crisis. In August, President Emmerson Mnangagwa won the country's highly disputed national election by just over 52%. The results were rejected by main opposition leader Nelson Chamisa, SADC and EU observers. eNCA correspondent Pindai Dube has more details.
The crisis in the Zimbabwe coalition says President Emmerson Mnangagwa's regime is illegitimate and Zimbabweans will suffer under it. The civil society group says dialogue is the only solution to end the political crisis.
We are asking for SADC to intervene diplomatically so that they help Zimbabweans, all the parties, all the political parties and civic society organizations to come together in an inclusive dialogue that must help us to cure the issue of illegitimacy that is haunting the current government, which is in office but which lacks legitimacy. We also are asking SADC to ensure that Zimbabwe government is censored and it protects and promotes human rights. The current cases of abductions, current cases of political prisoners.
Launching its report on Zimbabwe human rights violations on Friday, Amnesty International also recommended that SADC must make sure Mnangagwa and his officials end their violations.
We have two recommendations to SADC. One that relates to the need for them to just redouble their efforts to ensure the Zimbabwean authorities end human rights violations. As simple as that, because these violations are documented. Then the second recommendation is for them to ensure safety of Zimbabweans, particularly during the election cycle, where there are incidences of violence and intimidation that we have documented and recorded over the years.
Mnangagwa has been in power since 2017 after removing former President Robert Mugabe. Pindai Dube, Harare, Zimbabwe.